Welcome to Global Green Hydrogen and Renewable Energy Summit, organized by ANART in association with ELETS. Sir, why do you think hydrogen is gaining more traction? Okay, and why it is so important now these days?
Well, I believe that we have to move away from fossil fuels. And there are various technologies that need to be implemented in the country. Hydrogen is one of them. It's something that we can produce plentifully. And I think that's why hydrogen is is starting to move. But along with that, you also have hydropower, you have nuclear power, you have solar power. All of these are basically renewable energies. If you look at the global landscape, people are moving away from fossil fuels because while cost of energy may be cheap, there are repercussions like pollution, etc., etc.
Though the government and the private partnership, they are taking a lot of initiatives. What do you think are some of the few challenges which still needs to be addressed so that the market can grow?
Well, there will always be challenges because as technology moves, things get simpler and costs go lower. So we have to start somewhere. And today, cost might be a challenge. Manufacturing might be a challenge. But the more we get into each one of these activities, the better we are.
Okay, so what is the alignment of Kirloskar Brothers with green hydrogen? So
Currently none. We are in other renewables.
So what are you planning to introduce?
Nothing, because there is scope for other kinds of energy other than hydrogen. Wherever we actually, we own companies outside India. We are Shell's partners for green hydrogen. So as a pump manufacturer, the process requires pumps.
So what is your mission and vision?
So our vision and mission is not to produce hydrogen. Right? If you are looking at asking me, are you going to produce hydrogen? No. I can be very clear. I make a certain item and those items can be used in many industries.
Might be R&D or some, you can formulate some other strategies.
Yeah. For what?
For promoting hydrogen.
Well, of course, we would like to promote hydrogen because we have products that are used in the process of manufacturing hydrogen. Right? But not everyone, the whole world shouldn't get into producing hydrogen, if that is your question.
So what is the biggest differentiating aspect of Kirloskar Brothers, which you think it's so unique in the market? So what are some of the differentiating aspects?
So we are a very innovative company. We have been making engineering goods in India since 1901. You talk about Make in India. My great-grandfather started this company to take on British manufacturers. In those days, the government of India was run by the British and they would promote their own manufacturing companies. But he started a company that took on British companies and became the largest in the country in that. So today also we come out with very many new products. We're also a multinational company with production facilities in the US, in Western Europe, in UK, and as well as Netherlands. We are in South Africa, we're in Thailand. So the new things that we are doing, something that's not connected at all with hydrogen is we make fish-friendly pumps. So our Dutch subsidiary wrote the standard, the European standard for fish-friendly pumps because, we're talking about green hydrogen or energy and doing it in a sustainable way. We have to protect the environment. And many new power plants or many old pump stations, which are based on rivers or canals, they're pumping. Fish go through those pumps, right, and get killed. So we've come out with a standard and we've come out with products where it seems 100 eels have to pass through the pump, right? And 97 have to survive after 3 days. And the reason they say 3 days is because, sometimes fish can get caught up in pumps because of the way the pump works. But here, not only do they have to pass through the pump, but the pressure difference, their bodies need to go through. So 97 have to survive, and you should be proud, and because I am proud, that an Indian company.
Yes, obviously, sir.
These are the kind of things we do. We do work in the nuclear space, in the primary circuit of the nuclear power plant, secondary circuit. So any kind of energy or anywhere where liquids need to be moved, whether it's for production of hydrogen or whether it is to provide water for a farm, we are present. And that's what makes us unique, that across sectors, across countries, this Indian company is present.
So one last question is that speaking of R&D,
Yeah.
how concerned you are about expanding your R&D I mean, speaking of the R&D engineering talents and research talents, how do you think if you can hire more people from India, so you can provide more employment to Indian technicians, okay, the Indian engineers, okay. So do you think Indian people are very much likely to work design and products in India, or do you think they're shifting still abroad?
So we design in India. As a company, we design in India and we design products for the world, right? We don't design only for India. We believe that as a multinational corporation, we should be designing products which are relevant for the whole world.
Yes.
The company's turnover, if I can tell you that number, 35% of our company's turnover is from overseas. And that means that we compete with the world's biggest companies in their countries and sell Indian products under an Indian brand name. And I'm very happy that in many countries, they respect Indian goods, they respect Indian manufacture. And I hope that more and more countries will accept Indian goods. Because finally, at the end of the day, if India is 2% or 3% of the global economy, then a multinational Indian company should have an aspiration that only 2 or 3% of its sales should be from India.
I mean, it's a huge honor.
We are one company that spends about 2% every year on R&D. So we believe in coming out with new products. We come out with close to 200 to 300 new products every year. And we have 3 R&D centers, one in India. The biggest one is in India. And yes, Indian engineers are just as creative as anyone else. But we also have R&D facilities in the UK and in your Netherlands, because we need to understand which way the world is going. We need to understand what the machinery directives are all across the world, what the standards are all across the world, so that we are able to design products which are safe, reliable, and of good quality.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your time.